No, I can hear you. Do you hear me? Sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now.
Are you okay? Fantastic. Well, welcome to our conversational English class. I am Priscilla, and I'm excited to be here with you today. I'm going to that visual down. So there I am. I will try to get a live visual for you. I think I
Okay.
was able to do that. Here I am. How are you today, Christian?
Fine. How are you?
Wonderful. It's great to meet you. I believe this will be your very first class with me today.
Yes.
I
My
hope that
first
you
class with you.
Fantastic. I hope that you will enjoy the class. Have you been with Verbling very long?
No, actually, this is my first week
Okay, this
and
is your first week,
my third session.
your third session. Has the other sessions gone favorably for you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I hope that you will enjoy this session as well and choose to follow me on Verbling. Mohammed,
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure where you are, but I can see that you are communicating with me in the sidebar. If you're not a member of Verbling, of course, you are privileged to listen as often as you are able to do so. If you are not a member, please continue to watch and decide at some point when it's convenient for you to become a member. And let's say hello to Heidi. Hi, Heidi. It's good to see you. How are you today?
Hello, nice to see you again. I'm
Good.
fine, thank you.
Great. Great. Today, our topic is going to be ice cream vendors cannot sell toys. Our objective for today is, let me get our document for today. And that will just take me just 1 second to pull it back up again. And I'll put it over there and go back to Google Hangout. And here's our document for today. Hopefully it will show up now as ice cream vendors cannot sell toys. So this is our, oh, I think I got it now. I think I understand now. Well, let me get my document back. Here it is. So we're going to take turns, if you will. Heidi and Christian. Yes?
No, nothing.
Okay. So Heidi and Christian will take turns reading the entire article. So why don't we start with you, Christian, first?
Okay.
Before you start, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Christian? Where are you from, and what is your main goals for being here with us today?
I am from Colombia,
Mhm.
and my main goal is to practice my conversational skills.
Okay, good. How long have you practiced English?
Well, not much.
Okay.
Almost 2, 3 months. Uh, no, it hasn't been a long time.
All right. Well, I hope that you will improve every day that you're here with us. If you would start reading for me now, Christian.
Okay. Ice cream vendors cannot sell toys. Vendors selling ice cream from trucks will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in
North Carolina.
North
North.
Carolina.
And that is where I live. I live in North Carolina. North Carolina. Continue, please.
People in North Carolina would not be able to sell ice cream after dark.
Mhm.
A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks were selling toys water guns that looked real. Some kids bought the water guns and took them on the bus and then to school. One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not go back to school for a few days. The parent of one kid was very angry about the water guns. She wanted a new law to stop the sale of water guns from ice cream trucks. She thinks the new law will stop the owners from selling items not related to ice cream. Could you go down? Okay. The new law also makes the vendors of ice cream trucks fix bad paint on the trucks. Also, if the truck if the truck has music playing, the owner will have to pay a state fee. Vendors will have to follow the new law next month.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for reading. I'm going to quickly read this article first, well, the next person rather. The title is Ice Cream Vendors Cannot Sell Toys. Vendors selling ice cream from trucks will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in North Carolina will not be able to sell ice cream after dark. A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks were selling toy guns that looked real. Some kids bought the water guns and took them on the bus and then to school. One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not go back to school for a few days. The parent of one kid was very angry about the water guns. She wanted a new law to stop the sale of water guns from ice cream trucks. She thinks the new law will stop the owners from selling items not related to ice cream. The new law also makes the vendors of the ice cream trucks fix bad paint on the trucks. Also, if the truck has music playing, the owner will have to pay a state fee. Vendors will have to follow the new law next month. This word, Christian, is items.
Yes.
This word is item.
Items.
Items, that is correct. And this looked, it sounds like look with the T on the end. L-O-K and then T. Looked.
Yeah.
Sometimes we experience a little difficulty when we get to that ED sound.
Yeah, it's tricky.
But the more we work with it, the better we will become at pronouncing it correctly. All right, so hi Asma, I see that you have joined us. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi teacher, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Let's see, we're going to go here. Now, the next person that will read for us will be Heidi. Heidi, would you read the entire document for us, please?
Okay. Ice cream vendors cannot sell toys. Vendors selling ice cream from trucks will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in North Carolina will not be able to sell ice cream after dark. A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks were selling toys, water guns that looked real. Some kids bought the water guns and took them on the bus and then to school. One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not go back to school for a few days. The parent of one kid was very angry about the water guns. She wanted a new law to stop the sale of water guns from ice cream trucks. Do you think that new law will stop the owners from selling items not related to ice cream? The new law also makes the vendors of the ice cream trucks fix bad paint on the trucks. Also, if the truck was music playing, the owner will have to pay a state fee. Vendors will have to follow the new law next month.
Fantastic. Okay, this word is has. This word is has. Has. Good. Any questions so far?
No questions.
Okay, good. Asma, would you read for me?
Vendors selling ice cream from trucks will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in North Carolina will not be able to sell ice cream after dark. A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks were selling toy water cans that looked real. Some kids bought the water cans and took them on the bus and then to school. One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not go back to school for a few days. The parent of one kid was very angry about the water cans. She wanted a new law to stop the sale of water cans from ice cream trucks. She thinks the new law will stop the owners from selling items not related to ice cream. The new law also makes the vendors of the ice cream trucks fix bad paint on the trucks. Also, if the truck has music playing, the owner will have to pay a state fee. Vendors will have to follow the new law next month.
Okay, thank you. This word vendors, the vendors, the vendors. It's the V sound that gave you a little bit of a difficulty there. And vendors, vendors. And then trucks, the TR sound. There was a little challenge there with the TR sound. TR, trucks. Trucks. Good. Good. All right, so now we're going to take a look at, we will read this, but we will actually take it a little slower. And we'll start with Christian.
Okay.
Christian, before I do that, I want to tell you about sight words. Asma, I made a nice chart today. I made a nice chart out of my sight words. Sight words are words that you should be able to immediately recognize without any difficulty as you start to read and see them. So what we're going to do a little bit later is take turns reading these words and making a sentence out of them. And this will be Christian. And Heidi. And Asma. If someone else comes in, then of course I'll take these away from you, and you won't have them to do. Asma. We'll see. All right, so these are sight words. Sight words are usually single syllable, 3 to 5 letters intact, and we will talk about these in just a moment. Okay. So for now, as you read, Christian, you will actually fill in the blank with what is blacked or what is blacked out. For example, what do you think this word is that's missing here, Christian? What do you think it is? Very good. Very good. So you will read that for me. Vendors selling ice cream, and then we'll have Heidi read here. And then we'll have Asma read here. And Christian, you will read again. And that will be all. Okay, Christian, would you start for us?
Okay. Vendors selling ice cream from trucks will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People of North Carolina will not be able to sell ice cream after dark.
Good. Great. Okay. Heidi, could you read, please?
A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks are selling toy water guns that looked real. Some kids bought the water guns and and took them on the bus and
Good.
then to school.
Very nice. Very nice. Good.
One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not be back to school for a few days.
Good. Asma? As
Yeah.
continue, Asma.
The parent of one kid was very angry about the water guns. She wanted a new law to stop the sale of water guns of from ice cream trucks. She thinks a new law will stop the owners from selling items not related uh, on ice cream, not related
Okay.
to.
Christian?
Okay. The new law also makes the vendor of ice cream of I don't know of the ice cream trucks feeds bad paint on the trucks. Also, if the trucks has music playing, the owner will have to pay a stage fee. Vendors vendors will have to follow the new law next month.
Okay, very good. So you can see those little words, sight words, are words that you almost instantaneously will know what they are. And it doesn't always have to be the exact word that I have uncovered, but it should be able to be a word that would make sense out of what we were reading. So now we read about ice cream vendors. Christian, did you understand did you understand 80% of what you read?
Yeah.
Okay, Asma, did you understand 80% of what you read?
Yeah.
Asma and Heidi, did you understand 80% of what you read? Good. Now what I'm going to ask each of you to do is to take about 30 seconds and retell me the story. And I'm going to concentrate on how many times you use ands, uhs, extended pauses as you retell the story. So this is what your example would look like, and I'll go first. I will stop you at the end of 30 seconds. I would like for you to continue talking for 30 seconds, even though it may not take you 30 seconds to retell the story. I want you to talk for 30 seconds. That will give me a gauge as to how well you're talking without excessive pauses. And I'll do the first one. Okay, and of course you all remember I can't see who's in the classroom, so if someone comes into the classroom, please let me know and I can add them. So here,
There is an Igbo guy, Eduardo. I
okay,
don't know if
okay,
he can hear.
did someone else join us? Okay, if someone joined me, please let me know who you are so that I can add you. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to look at my clock and I'm going to talk for 30 seconds. This is what an excessive ands, and look like. I'll add these symbols every time you say and, I'll be adding those so we can count. All right, here's my story. 1, 2, 3. This story is about vendors selling ice cream in North Carolina. One day, a vendor actually sold something other than ice cream. He sold a toy gun to a little boy. This little boy took the toy gun to school. He got into trouble, and he was suspended from school for several days. The mother was upset, and she felt that a law should be passed to prohibit the sale of toys. That was 30 seconds, and I used the word and, I believe, just once. Okay, Asma, would you try for 30 seconds, please? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You may begin.
Vendors selling ice cream from trucks in North Carolina will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream. A new law was passed because many parents were upset that some of ice cream vendors uh, sell, were sell toy water guns
Okay.
and
Thank you, Asma. Asma, you had 4. So now I'd like for you to try again. You had 5. Let's try again and see if we can get it down to less than 5. Okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You may begin.
vendors selling ice cream from trucks in North Carolina will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream. A new law was passed because many parents were upset that one of the ice cream trucks were selling toy water guns. One kid got in trouble because he took the toys on the bus and then to the school, and he was sent
Okay,
home
thank
and
you.
could not.
Thank you. Much better. You got down to 3. Very much improved. Very much improved. Thank you, Asma. Christian, could you tell the story?
Okay.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Vendors selling ice cream in trucks in North Carolina will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream. They cannot sell toys now because some kid buy a water gun that looked real and took that to school, and he get in trouble. Because of that, the mother of the child passed a law forbidding forbidding the ice cream trucks to sell
Okay, thank you. Good.
toys. Okay.
Okay, good. What I saw was one, it was, you repeated a word, so that counts as an and you said the and an. Okay, let's try again and see if you can get it less than 3. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ice cream vendors in North Carolina will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream. They cannot sell toys for now because they were selling toys that looking like real guns. And some kid took that toy to the school and got in trouble. And because
Okay,
of that,
very good, very
okay.
good. I got 1. Fantastic. Heidi, would you try? Heidi, are you still here?
Yes, okay.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You may begin.
An ice cream vendor sold a toy gun to the boy. The boy brought the gun to school. The school suspended the boy for a few days. The parent was upset. Then they accused ice cream vendor to the new California government. The government passed the new law that ice cream vendors are not allowed to sell.
Okay. All right. Now, Heidi, every thought that you had was followed by an and ah. So when you're getting ready to finish a thought, just take a breath and start. Do not make a sound. Just breathe and start again. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You may begin.
A new law passed in California, and ice cream vendors sold that toy gun to a boy. The boy brought the gun to the school. The school suspended the boy for a few days. The parent of that boy was upset and accused ice cream vendors to a new California government. The government passed a new law that banned ice cream vendors not to sell without ice cream.
Okay. Much better, much better. And just a note, which is perfectly fine, that was in North Carolina. This was in North Carolina. But what I wanted to get you to do was to say what you wanted to say without the excessive ands and ahs. Okay, let me just go back to the classroom to see who was in the classroom. And add them. Oh, okay. We have Eduardo. Hello, Eduardo. How are you? Eduardo, could you unmute your microphone?
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Eduardo. And we have Alexandra. Hello, Alexandra. How are you?
Hello.
It's
Hi,
nice.
everyone.
It's nice to see both of you here today. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to go back up to the top and ask Eduardo to read the story for me. And Alexandra, would you read after Eduardo? Okay. Okay, Eduardo, would you start reading for me? Read, please.
Okay, teacher. Okay,
Please.
I read. Okay.
Yes.
Vendors selling ice cream from truck will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in
North Carolina. Lina.
Okay, North Carolina.
Good.
It's okay.
Good.
Yeah. Will not be able to sell ice cream after dark. Continues?
Yes, please read the intro theme.
Okay. A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks were selling toy water guns that looked real. Some kids bought the water guns and took them on the bus and then to school. One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not go back to school for a few days. Continues?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. The parents of one kid was very angry about the water guns. She wanted a new law to stop the sales of water guns from ice cream truck. She thinks the new law will stop the owners from selling items not related to ice cream. The new law also makes the vendors of the ice cream truck fix back paint on the truck. Also, if the truck has music playing, the owner will have to pay a stat fee. Vendors will have to follow the new law next month.
Okay, great. This word is law. The new law. Trucks, items. It's a long I. Items and looked. Okay, great. Now, Alexandria, would you please read?
Okay. Vendors selling ice cream from trucks will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in North Carolina will not be able to sell ice cream after dark. A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks were selling toy water guns that looked real. Some kids bought the water guns and took them on the bus and then to school. One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not go back to school for a few days. The parent of one kid was very angry about the water guns. She wanted a new law to stop the sale of water guns from ice cream trucks. She thinks the new law will stop the owners from selling items not related to ice cream. The new law also makes the vendors of the ice cream trucks fix bad paint on the trucks. Also, if the truck has music playing, the owner will have to pay a state fee. Vendors will have to follow the new law next month.
Great. Now I want to ask Alexander and Christian if you understand 80% of what you read.
Yes, sure.
Great. And Eduardo, did you understand 80% of what you read? Eduardo, unmute your microphone, Eduardo. Did you
Yes.
understand? Okay, great. Now what I want you to do, Eduardo, is to retell that story. Concentrate on trying to eliminate excessive pauses, ands, and ums as you speak for 30 seconds. I will let you know when your 30 seconds is up. On the count of 3, you may begin. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I don't understand it. Sorry.
I want you to retell the story. Summarize the story as you remember it in 30 seconds. I will tell you when your 30 seconds is up. You may begin on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, teacher. Sorry.
You have 20 seconds. You have 15 seconds to start.
Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry, teacher.
Okay. We'll just wait for the 30 seconds to end. Okay. Alexandra, would you take 30 seconds and tell me the story as you remember it? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You may begin.
A case with a boy buying a water gun from a vendor and menacing people at school set a precedent for bad history with vendors selling something else except for ice cream, so that a new law was issued which made vendors selling only
Okay, thank you. All right, you did great, but I think that you can do even better. Concentrate now on, if you have to stop and think about what you want to say, just do not say anything. It is better to have the long pause than to say the ands and the ahs. All right?
Yeah.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
A case with a boy buying a water gun and menacing people at school set a precedent for vendors who are not allowed right now to sell anything except for ice cream. And there are several more restrictions to their trading out in the streets.
Okay, you still have 5 seconds.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's good. You didn't. I think I heard one and, but it could have been a conjunction, so that would have been okay. All right. Eduardo, the instructions are retell the story as you remember it in 30 seconds. What I will listen for is the number of times that you use the word and ah, or if you have an extremely long pause, I will count that. Do you understand? Eduardo, unmute your microphone.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, are you ready?
Sorry, teacher. Sorry. I don't understand the class.
Okay, I just want you to summarize the story. Summarize the story that you just read. Earlier, I asked, did you understand 80% of the story? And you said yes. Is that correct? Can you retell this story to me?
No, teacher.
Okay, let's read the story again. Okay, Christian, could you read the story again, please?
Okay.
Vendors selling
ice cream from trucks will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in North Carolina will not be able to sell ice cream after dark. A new law was passed because parents were upset that some of the ice cream trucks were selling toy water guns that looked real. Some kids bought the water guns and took them on the bus and then to school. One kid got in trouble and was sent home and could not go back to school for a few days. The parent of one kid was very angry about the water guns. She wanted a new law to stop the sale of water guns from ice cream trucks. She thinks the new law will stop the owners from selling items not related to ice cream. The new law also makes the vendors of the ice cream trucks fix bad paint on the trucks. Also, if the trucks has music playing, the owner will have to pay a stage fee.
Okay.
Vendors will have to follow the new law next month.
Okay. Christian, did you understand 80% of what you read?
Yeah,
Okay, could you retell the story?
but I already retold the story. I think you are confusing me with Eduardo.
Oh, let's see. Eduardo. Oh, I am. Who was reading just now?
Kirsten.
Oh, Christian, I didn't mean for you to read. Eduardo. 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 Eduardo, could you read the story? Could you unmute your microphone and read the story?
Teacher, sorry, I can understand the story. They are many work that is I don't know.
Okay, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there, Eduardo. Eduardo, can you read what's on the screen right now? Can you read vendors selling ice cream?
Okay, teacher. Vendors selling ice cream from truck will not be allowed to sell anything but ice cream in North Carolina. People in North Carolina will not be able to sell ice cream after dark.
Okay, good. What are the people in North Carolina selling right now on their truck, Eduardo? What are the people selling on their trucks right now? Oh, Eduardo has left. Alexandra, thank you for staying with us. Asma, I know that you're very familiar with our class. Christian, I'm not sure, but I think your voice sounds familiar. I don't want any of the students to be discouraged, and it could be that Eduardo is having some technical problems. The purpose for being here is to learn, and I have nothing but patience for everyone who is willing to try, because when you come, you are paying, and I want you to be able to get the benefit of what we have to offer in any of the classes. Sometimes it is okay to just listen to others, but in order to get your conversational skills up to par, the best way to do that is to speak continuously at every opportunity that you get. So the purpose and objective for today was for each student to participate in reading the mini story. We were to explore vocabulary and identify sight words, and we were going to engage in purposeful dialogue. So with that said, I'm going to now go on to the next part of the activity for today. And I'm going to do the first one. Alexandra, as you look at this one, number 4, which is me, I'm Priscilla, I'm going to make up a story using these easy words. The story almost does not have to make sense, but I want you to use the words in the tense that is given as you make up a story. You can refer back to the mini story about the ice cream trucks if you need to. So here's my story. Today I'm going to get ice cream from the ice cream truck. I'm going to walk up to the ice cream truck, but first I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to ask the vendor to make me a big, huge ice cream cone so that everyone that will see the cone will say, "Stop, Priscilla, I want to have a new cone just like yours." This is what I think everyone will say when they see that this is the cone and these are the things that they can get if they study hard in school. I used all of the words. I had to stop and think about how to get the words in, but I did. So now, Christian, would you try to do the same?
Okay. With the first one?
Yes,
Or-
please. With A, all,
Okay.
always.
After I get out of my home, I went to buy an apple ice cream because I always like to eat apple ice cream. And I went to the ice cream truck, but when I was about to get there, I see a fight that was all because of the ice cream truck hit another car.
Okay, even if you have used all of the words, if I don't have them highlighted, use them again.
Yeah, I use it.
Okay,
Okay.
try to use them again.
Okay. I wanted to buy an apple ice cream because I always buy that flavor. And I went and I went where the ice cream truck parts, and all the kids of the block were there before
Okay.
that I get.
Okay, good. Asma? Asma, could you do the same? With down,
Okay.
brown, could, carry, cut, leather, funny, going.
Okay. Uh, Yesterday, when I was going to my work, a person who was carrying a ladder, who was who carried a ladder, asked me about the direction of the post office. I told him that he could found the post office easily. Just he cut uh, across Alpha Street, not down the road, and then he will found the post office, which paint by brown color. Yeah. After that, he greeting me and say to me, "Yeah, I know that it's funny to see someone who sent a letter at this uh, uh, in your life or something." Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And Heidi is not here. So Alexander, would you read for us? Alexander?
Big any ad
No,
because
Alexandra, you're number 5. You're number 5.
oh then I'm luckier. Then the previous one was all about prepositions.
Okay.
Yellow, when, why, tree, under, over, wish, want. To make up a story. So on one sunny day, I really want to have a little bit of honey. So I'm walking up to a tall tree, and and trying to reach the place where bees make honey.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see something yellow in the on the tree, suddenly a bee flies over, and wishes to sting me. So don't ask me why I came home with a swollen face.
Mm-hmm.
and um, why I feel under the weather.
Okay. And this word wish, you said wishes, so it needs to be singular. Wish.
Oh, okay. Bees wish to sting me.
And use this one.
And I used one when I said, like, I want to have some.
Okay. So
honey.
even if I miss it, it's okay to tell it to me again. Okay,
Okay.
so let's go with Asma's not here. Asma? Okay, Asma, you're here. Asma? Could you go again, Asma? With number 7.
Okay. Uh, uh, I think it's very difficult thing. I think it's very difficult to reach my first meeting job in time. Yes, the company tell me the exact direction of the floor, but I don't know if the office up or on the top uh, of the company.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Go with Christian.
Okay. Number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I will have to write an essay about the my preferred toy, which I game most all the time with. Mm, and I think I play most of the time with that toy on the grass when it is warm because of the sun. I only play on the grass in sunny days.
Okay. Okay, Alexandra. Number 9.
Hmm. Mm. You can easily fire street vendors if they break up a law which is coming soon and makes them sell only ice cream. Uh, I think we can start doing it easily, and it's not a problem for us, especially if they sell tables.
There's an S. There's an S on tables.
Especially if they sell a table. I don't know.
Okay, that's good. Sell a table.
Uh, um, I don't know where to use 6 here.
Okay, we could ask 6 people to help them.
Or maybe they can, along with firing them, they will have to pay $6 as a fine.
Good. Very good. Very good. Okay, so that gave us each 2 readings. Now, my classes are designed for advanced, intermediate, and beginners. So we read that. Now let's quickly read Asma. Quickly read to this part. Just read what's in yellow or what's in blue. Asma, could you read that for us?
Okay. Washington, July 10, 2014. On a mission to inspire the next generation to explore and protect their world, 3 recent college graduates will be driving a beautiful ice cream truck across the country this summer, giving out free ice cream to children and encouraging them to take a conservation pledge. Cal Kurz, Cameron Kurz, and Jordan Fatk will embark next week on ice cream expedition and will be filming a documentary about how conservation is seen from a child's point of view. The expedition received funding from a National Geographic Young Explorers grant, and the trio is partnering with National Geographic Kids to spread the word and share the journey digitally with kids around the world.
Okay, thank you. And let's see. We will now read this one. Christian, could you read what is in yellow?
Okay. Launching Thursday, July 17, at the Birch Aquarium at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, University of California, San Diego, the Yacht Explorers will drive a retrofitted ice cream truck that runs on vegetable oil across 33 states, sharing a free scoop of Magnolia tropical ice cream as a conversation starter. The team will make a stop at parks, museums, aquariums, and other venues to talk to children about the importance of exploration and ways to help preserve natural areas.
Okay, thank you. And Alexandra, would you read what is in white, please? Okay, let me see. Let's move it up. Okay. Would you please read?
They will also encourage children to sign a pledge to explore and protect a place that is meaningful to them, such as a local pond or a backyard garden. Magnolia will be donating donating all of the ice cream for the trip, and the available tropical flavors will be avocado, mango, guava, and a mix of purple yam and coconut. Magnolia tropical ice cream has been made in Northern California for more than 40 years by third-generation family company Remar Foods.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, each of us have participated in reading, discussing, and hopefully an exposure to some vocabulary. We have reviewed sight words today. Those are small words that you should easily be able to recognize and pronounce fairly easy. The second thing that I wanted to do was to engage each of you in exploring ways to activate your knowledge of words that you are familiar with, and hopefully we were able to do that. This session is designed for all levels, beginners, intermediate, and advanced. This portion that you were reading now would be for the more advanced students. We will not have time to explore or even talk about the second part of the article, but it too discusses ice cream. So I hope that you will come back, and on another day we will discuss more thoroughly the second part of this article about the trip in the retrofitted vehicle for selling ice cream. We are at the top of the hour, and this is the time that I ask for feedback. What did you think of today's session? Any comments, any thoughts you'd like to share with me and others? Asma, we'll start with you. You'll have final word.
Yeah, thank you, teacher. Yeah, I think is 1 hour enough to improve with Priscilla to improve yourself in English. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Asma. And Edward, Christian, could you give us your final words for today?
Well, I really like the session. It is very interactive. You could read and you could talk and explore vocabulary. I think is nice.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. This is how most of my classes will go. It is primarily for you to get the opportunity to speak. I will give you something very small to speak about, and in this case it was the ice cream truck, something that is manageable for you to remember. I want to assure myself that you understand 80% of what you've read, and then when we visit different activities, you should fully understand what we read 100%. And because all of my activities, because my activities tend to build on itself, you'll see the same type of words again and again and again, and pretty soon you will start using the vocabulary words that you are currently learning. Thank you for joining me today. And Alexandra, top of the hour, what comments would you like to leave today?
Makes your brain work.
That's a good reason for coming.
Yeah, express the main idea in 30 seconds. That's a big problem for me. It's like, ah.
Okay. Well, we want to change that from a problem to a challenge. That is a challenge for you. When you tell your brain that something is a problem, it says, oh, you don't want to do that because it's too hard. If you say that it is a challenge and you like challenges, your brain will soon accept the fact that you're going to meet this challenge and all the other challenge. So thank you guys very much for coming and participating today. If there are no other questions or thoughts, I'm going to say have a nice night. Bye for now.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.